Can you imagine if you got a personal trainer and they sent it to you and said, oh, now pick up a squat rack? You'd be like, I don't want to work with you. I don't want to work with you, personal trainer. I think you've got some kind of problem. Simon the Board A-hole here, and this is Nat. And yes, that was a man walking up a stepper cardio machine with some kind of stick on his back, which has then two giant tires on the side of it. Now, I actually believe we have talked about this man before because he went viral for some very specific videos. I think ESPN run them. But then somebody got in touch with me and said, hi, Simon, his name is actually Matthias Mckinnon, and he's absolutely smashing social media. And he is. He's got millions of subscribers on YouTube. On TikTok. He probably does too. He's got hundreds of thousands of subscribers on Instagram. This guy is a bit, I laugh because it's so strange where fitness has gone in 2022. But he has done this because of things like this. Now, I will point out, I've obviously changed the music here because I don't know whether his music is copyrighted or not, and I don't want to get into that. But the one you just saw, I mean, let's just rewind it back. I got it down here on my phone. There he is. So there's so many things we need to break down here. He's standing on a squat rack. Now, I don't know about you, but there's never a need to stand on the squat rack. The clue is in the name. You walk into the rack and you squat. It's not called a standing up rack. And then he's got, I need to see this closer. I've seen it 1,000 times. He's got a bench in one hand, and is that a seat? I believe he's got a seat on the left hand, and he's doing a front squat with it. Now, it's hard to criticize Matthias because there is an audience for this stuff. Again, on TikTok, he literally has millions of subscribers and probably billions of views, given the way that TikTok works. But I think the problem with it, and the reason I wanted to talk about it today, it's like dry scooping, right? If you want to search my channel for dry scooping, I went off on it for a good week because I couldn't stand it anymore. And what happened with dry scooping was people saw it on TikTok, they saw it on other social media platforms, and they decided to themselves, well, I would like to have a great following. We all want it, right? Social media has this weird addictive nature to it, where everyone's trying to find out, how do I go viral? And when you do go viral, you're then like, oh, what do I do now? You try and go viral again. So if you can find an ingredients for success, that's what you do. Now, Matthias, clearly in good shape. I would say clearly knows what he's doing, but I don't know whether he does. I have absolutely no idea. But the worry is that somebody else decides, well, I'm going to get into the gym, and instead of going up onto the squat rack and standing there, I'm going to do a handstand on my head. I'm going to don't do this. I'm going to tie a weight around my foot, and I'm going to start doing handstand press-ups, and everyone's going to go crazy. Now, if you do succeed doing that, yes, and I'm part of the problem because I'm talking about it right now. That is the whole goal of this. But if you fall down and tombstone yourself, well, I don't want to be that guy, but you're probably going to be dead. I don't know where to start with this one. I mean, right, so it's a cross train. Well, break it down. That's what we're doing here. Welcome to Simon's Science Lesson. Imagine this was in science, you'd love it. But we are doing a plank, and we've put a cross trainer. So weird. No one's ever said in this sentence before. We're using that as the extra weight. You may have sometimes seen in gyms that people put plates on their back, maybe a 10, a 20, who knows what it may be, because that's going to make your plank harder because you've increased the weight. He has decided to do it with a cross trainer. Now, I would argue, a cross trainer can weigh a lot, but if you put 3 plates on your back, well, not that many, but 4 or 5 plates, right, I'm going to argue that is as beneficial as doing it with a cross trainer and also safer because it's not going to crush you. And I'm not really sure what happens at the end here. Again, the clip that somebody sent me. Somebody picks up the bar, and I don't know what he's going to do with that bar. Is he going to put the bar onto the machine and we're going to go from there? I only have more questions. And Now, that one is actually ridiculous, right? The other ones, well, they're all stupid. They're all ridiculous. But the problem with this one is when it comes to the hyperextension, some people don't actually do hyperextensions anymore because it's actually hard to find the correct machine. I've got 2 gyms that I'm subscribed to because I go to one near my girlfriend's house as well. And neither of them has a hyperextension machine. They just don't. Who knows why? Maybe it's gone out of fashion. Now, I like them, but when you start doing the hyperextension, you got to find your right foot placement because it's really hard for me to show you here. But if you move it up too far, you're probably going to be working your glutes more. And if you move it down, you're probably going to be working your lower back. You're going to be working both in sync, but you may want to try and focus one over the other. And it's really dangerous, even when you're doing it without a weight, because it's your lower back, and everyone can have lower back problems. If you sleep on your lower back badly, it will start hurting. It's just quite vulnerable. So to do it with an exercise bike that has not been weighted, there's no balance to that weight, so it's not meant to be lifted in the first place, and he's sticking his head through it to do a hyperextension. I just don't see the point. And once again, it all comes back to this. Look, I'm looking at it going, ruh, 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 because I can't believe somebody would do a hyperextension with a bike, but it's not worth it. I promise you, it's really, really not. Putting your health at risk is not worth anything. And if you do get the million views like he does, I'm sure he's making a ton of money. That's great. But if you're the person that does it on a one and done and you break your back and that gives you problems all the way through the rest of your life, believe you me, you could probably make a YouTube video, right? And then you'll make a bunch of money. But the person after that will not. Again, it's a law of diminishing returns. Eventually you'll get to the point where doing dumb stuff in the gym just doesn't have the same worth as it did before. And that one upsets me too. Once again, dude doing a plank and the other person is doing a squat on the person. We'll get to the really bad thing in a minute. Now, in my unprofessional opinion, I was about to say professional, I'm not professional, I'm a professional idiot, as it says in the title slate, you always want a rigid base when you do squats because you work your core a little bit more like that. But again, it's a risk-reward scenario. You fall down, you're going to be absolutely twonked, so don't do it. Always have a rigid base. Stand on the floor. You can take your shoes off. Some people like to do that. Don't stand on a Muso Buso bowl. That's not worth it either. But then when you walk forward, there's two more people doing planks, and they've put the squat rack on them. So you're like, wait a minute. You're actually lessening the load because you're both doing planks. So you're both going to be taking a little bit of it. But also, why are you in this shot? Why in the shot? I don't understand. And we don't get the end of the clip. If someone has the end of the clip, please send it to me. Does he then go and put this weight on in the rack? Because obviously that's going to increase the weight. And isn't that massively dangerous? And whose job is it to then remove the weight and remove the rack so these people can stand up? Once again, we're here again. I just have so many things I want to ask, and there's no one else around to tell me. I mean, that's just absolutely bizarre. Imagine you're having a cup of tea in your kitchen, you look out the window, it's a nice hot summer's day, and you see one guy with your bin and your ladder and his foot pulling a trailer with somebody. What was he doing in the back? He's doing squats, front squats in the back. How does this even get set up? Who sends this text message? Dear Dave. Oh, hey, Steve. Do you want to come over? I've got the wagon, the bin and the ladder. You bring your barbell and we can have a great day. And the other guy, I can't remember their names, they respond saying, oh my gosh, I've been waiting for this for years. I'm not even sure this is a better way. I don't even know what they're trying to achieve here. I don't think, none of them are beneficial. None of them are an improvement over what we have. But this one really does feel like a de-improvement, which is not a word, but it feels like a step back for the fitness community in general. I'm sorry, I've done that in a Tomb Raider game. I have done that in a Tomb Raider game. When you're on some kind of unstable surface and people are throwing things at you and the controller goes nuts and you have to balance the analog sticks. I can't get over it. There's so much setup in this. Who was the guy that threw in the bench? And why is he trying to run on a wheel? What? It's not doing anything. I only watched half that clip. The ending is literally, again, something you do in Tomb Raider. And that just looks uncomfortable. And also, I don't think, this clip is 3, 4, 5 seconds long. I don't think anyone can do that for more than 10 seconds. So again, all you're doing is putting yourself in a state where you're probably going to get injured. And actually, staying injury-free is the most important thing when going to the gym. It's more important than time and attention. It's more important than form. It's more important than strength. And it's more important than anything that we always affiliate with going to the gym. Because if you're injured, you can't do anything. So stay injury-free. Whatever you have to do in order to go to the gym and come out not being hurt, that's what you got to do. The ladders and the tables are back. He's like, I just wanted to lift them. Why a table as well? A plastic table? A plastic table weighs nothing. Now, that is impressive, right? I mean, the core strength, the balance, the fact he can do it to begin with. Even if some people go, it's a fake couch, which I always love. Okay, but that's not the point. Anything of any weight, if you've got it in one arm and not the other one, a lot is going on with your body there. But I just think you're going to rip your shoulder joint out of the socket. And then you have to tell people too, how did you injure your shoulder? I lifted up a sofa. Oh, were you moving? No. And the fact that his hat came flying off during that goes to show you it's probably not a good idea. I've got it down here. So he's chained a bench to himself, which is strange to begin with. And then he's doing skipping ropes with like a massive pole. I mean, I just don't get it. Does he employ an ideas guy? And he walks in and goes, Matthias, have I got the exercise for you today? And does he ever say no? Or is he up for anything? I got multiple problems with that one as well, because again, I don't think you should combine weightlifting with your cardio. That's right, I'm taking it literally. I'm taking it seriously. If you're going to the gym to burn fat or trying to lose weight, do your cardio. If you're going there to try and increase size, increase muscle strength, increase muscle size, whatever it will be, do weights. So don't get on a bicycle and then take another cardio machine and military press it. Just pick one. That's what I would say. So if you want your cardio to be bike, do it. And if you want your other cardio to be lift a machine above your head, I mean, pick anything else. There's a perfectly good machine in the corner that will allow you to do this. You don't need to do it this way. And that is just one way to do pit squats, I suppose. It's so dangerous, though, because when you look at it, he's got 2 weight plates on the boxes. And obviously he's trying to go, as low as he possibly can with a bench that is not made for this exercise at all. And then he's got a squat rack in his hands. It's incredible. The point is this. I find it difficult to try and criticize him overall because he's making a bunch of money. He's got a bunch of views, which means there's an audience for this. But I think my worry is you see the knockoffs and the people that maybe just assume this is super easy when it's not, and it's absolutely crazy. So if you are that person, please just take care of yourself. You don't need to listen to me. Who the hell am I? Some bored a-hole. I'm not your dad. You don't even know who I am, but it goes out of control sometimes. And I get a lot of people sending me this stuff going, I can't believe it. So that reaction is there. But there's nothing wrong with going to the gym, the fitness palace of love, and doing back and buys. It's fine. Can you imagine if you got a personal trainer and they sent it to you and said, oh, now pick up a squat rack. You'd be like, I don't want to work with you. I don't want to work with you, personal trainer. I think you've got some kind of problem. Now, please do like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the bell ding ding. So other videos going live, there will be a video on the screen. Please do give it a click. Also, leave a comment below. Maybe you love this, and if so, I'd love to hear from you, genuinely, because again, there's an argument on both sides of the fence. Also, grillermind.com/Simon, code Simon to get 10% off. Ingredient Sets Power 13 cookbook at Simon316 on Instagram and Twitter. Send me things like this. Patreon.com/Simon316 for exclusive videos such as gym fails. My old pal Matthias may be popping up there one day. Who the hell knows? On Cameo, if you want to shout out, simonmiller.bigcartel.com for merchandise. Otherwise, yes, I'll say it once, I'll say it twice. Be safe. Take care of yourself. If you can't go to the gym, everything will suck. Goodbye.